Hey, it's a brand new Hulu original film. Stars Zoe Dutch, Mia Isaac, and Dylan O'Brien, and tells a story about Zoe Dutch's character, Danny, who works for this magazine, and she's just not as Instagram, social media famous as she wants to. She doesn't have any friends. She's kind of seen as this outcast in the workspace. So she fakes to get into a relationship with Dylan O'Brien's character. She fakes that she went to a retreat in Paris. On Instagram, she would shoot herself from her own home, but photoshopping it to be like she's in Paris. But as she does this, she then realizes that literally moments as she starts doing this the fake Paris Instagram story, a terrorist attack happens in Paris, and she poses as a fake terrorist survivor who comes back and becomes Instagram media famous, and see where that goes. The film is an hour and 40 minutes and is rated R. Welcome back to a brand new Hulu movie review here at Max Talk. We're talking Not Okay. If you're new to the channel, please subscribe, ring the bell. I do other movie reviews, TV show reviews, movie rankings, and a box office breakdown show every single Monday. So please subscribe, ring the bell. Comment down below. First of all, let me know if you've seen this film. Did you like the film? I could definitely feel it being divisive the moment I started watching it. So let me know if this was for you, not for you in the comment section down below. If you've not seen it, let me know. Are you going to check it out this weekend? Did I just scare you with that plot line? Love to know in the comment section down below. And please like the video, guys. The thumbs up button. That's how you support this channel. Helps the algorithm out so more people will be recommended for this video. And let's get into it. So I did not know anything about this plot heading in. I actually just saw this poster, knew there was a new Hulu film coming out this weekend with Zoe Dutch, who I do like a lot. So I clicked play on it, and if you're like me, and obviously I told you some of the plot line, but if you walk into this movie not knowing a thing, I think this movie will take you aback in the first 10 minutes when you actually understand what is going on. And the film actually warns you in the beginning that there's flashing lights. It's TV mature. Then it says there's an unlikable lead girl. I was like, what is going on? Um, so that's how we were warned heading in. Um, I have a lot of things to say about the movie. Let's go positives, my negatives, and my score. I think the biggest positive by far of this movie is the performances. So let's get into that. So for me, Mia Isaac is by far and away the best performance. For me, the strongest character of the entire movie. She plays a character named Rowan, who meets Danny, Zoe Dutch's character, at a kind of not therapy, but kind of a group who come from surviving a certain thing. Rowan survived a school shooting where her sister died in the shooting. And she's become social media famous because her character speaks out publicly. She's a leader of this movement, and Danny kind of wants to take advantage of that and try to use that to her advantage to become even more Instagram famous. But Mia Isaac felt like the most authentic, real person in the entire movie. She's a couple just really powerful speeches, especially the speech that she gives in the last 10 minutes of the movie is by far and away what this movie should have been. And I think at times, I think her character could have been a main character of a really special movie in a different film. But the problem is she's playing second fiddle to our main character, who is definitely unlikable. But Mia Isaac does a fantastic job. I know she broke out in a movie earlier this year called Don't Make Me Go. And I've never seen her in anything before because it's only her second movie of all in her life. And I want to say, I would say watch out for her in the upcoming couple of years. She, for me, seems like a big time movie, just star or actor in the next couple of years. So watch out for Mia Isaac. While she's a very unlikable character, Zoe Dutch, I'm sorry if I'm saying the name wrong, she is doing a very good job. This is definitely one of her stronger performances. Maybe it is her best performance of her career. I've seen her in a lot of stuff the past couple of years, and I like her a lot. This is a really tough role to tackle. She's also an executive producer on this film. This is a really tough character because from the moment the opening scene happens, you're basically told that this person is the biggest jerk on the planet. And you have to kind of live with that. And I don't think the movie's trying to show her in a positive light. They're just trying to show her perspective on this. And she is a very unlikable character. I was never rooting for her to do anything good throughout the entire movie. She is a quite unlikable lead, and could be one of the biggest villains we've seen in a movie all year long. with Danny. You'll understand when you watch the movie. Just a total villain. We'll get into more her character specifics as we get to the negatives. Colin, played by Dylan O'Brien, was good in the first half of the movie. I'll get to the problems with that character in the second half. But Dylan O'Brien's playing a character that you just never see him play. He's kind of this social media guy who's just known for being high. Different look to him as well. He's kind of like bleached blonde hair. I liked his performance a lot as well. I think this movie has some messages that really miss the mark, and some messages that for me that really work. And that where does the understanding of why do people who actually are in these tragedies not get talked about as much as people like this who are faking their why do people like Mia Isaac's character Rowan not get the attention that she deserves because she actually survived a school shooting, but for some reason other things surrounding the shooting get more attention than the actual survivors or even the family members of the fallen do. And this character is, Zoe Dutch's character is personification of what society does when these tragedies happen, on who gets the spotlight when tragedies happen. And I do think if that was the main message of the movie, that would have been great. There's just too many messages going on. And let's just get to my negatives. This is a very frustrating film because at the first, I would say 30, 45 minutes, I was like, I'm pretty on board with this movie. But I found this movie to be just absolutely frustrating. Too many cringeworthy moments in the wrong ways to like this movie. This is a really unlikable lead. And I felt like the beginning they couldn't really figure out why her character has to fake her way to go to France. And I feel like it's a stupid reason why Danny's character is faking this. She kind of likes Colin, and she kind of off the rails said like, "Oh, I'm gonna go to Paris next week." And in that conversation, Colin like even forgot what her name was. So if she like thought for 2 seconds, like, "Oh yeah, if he's not gonna forget, if he forgets what my name is, I'm sure he'll forget that I'm going to Paris. I won't care." But she does this whole thing, and it's so cringeworthy in all the wrong ways. And I do feel like that these are the type of stories that I'm not the biggest fans of being told now. This is definitely a heavy political, social commentary about social media and how people want to get famous, do everything they can to get famous, and just get likes on Instagram and just to feel appreciated in society. And I totally get that. But for me, I way more wanted Rowan's side of this type of story to be a whole movie about someone who, I'm not trying to say wants the social media attention, but doesn't get the enough attention for being a survivor of this school tragedy. And instead, we're focusing on this character who is one of the most privileged white people you probably will see in a movie all year long. I do feel like the messages are kind of mixed because I just don't think this is the right main character with this type of social commentary, because the plot line could be a bit too, it's so heavy with the commentary at times. Everyone just, it's just a little too heavy on the commentary, especially with the social media part of it. The whole reason why she does this is because of Colin's character, Dylan O'Brien's character, who completely gets like sidelined for the whole second half of the movie. And then they're kind of like, oh yeah, remember that he was the reason why she did all of this. It's like, actually, it's just he's not in the movie enough he's kind of like the MacGuffin of the first 30 minutes of the movie, and then he kind of disappears for the rest of the movie. And you're kind of like, okay, so why was he the reason why? If he was, I think him could have been, he could have been an interesting character as well, but he just does not get a lot of screen time whatsoever, which was disappointing because Dylan O'Brien is heavy on the marketing team with this movie, and he is not in the movie that much, especially garnering the amount of attention that he's getting for the movie. And for me, it was just the social commentary didn't work for me. The pacing was kind of off. The first half of this movie kind of feels like a cartoon poke at everything. And this movie becomes like a dark comedy cartoon the first half of the movie, and then the last half of the movie becomes literally a serious drama movie. And for me, those two tones did not work for me going back to back, which did not work for me. And I just feel like the resolution wasn't as big of a resolution as I thought with her character. So overall, I feel like with a different main character, and literally a different main character that's in this movie, if Rowan was a main character of her own movie, I feel like this would be a pretty special move because we have a pretty privileged social media wannabe star as the main character, and because the social media commentary with that character is so heavy and in your face, I just had a tough time watching this movie. I'm enjoying it. There are some funny moments, and the performances are really fantastic from Doach and Mia Isaac. But for me, it did not come all the way together. So 2 out of 5 stars for Not Okay, and I'm going to give it a 38% for Not. I'll go, yeah, I'll go 38% for Not Okay on Hulu. So what's your thoughts on Not Okay? Please like the video, subscribe, ring the bell. And I got more videos coming. Yesterday I did review of DC League of Super Pets. Monday, box office breakdown show and my ranking of all the July movies I saw this month. And more reviews are coming. So please subscribe, and I'll see you guys.